This month we're looking at balance and integration and how to make things happen. And I've been asking you, what are you saying yes to and what are you saying no to? And are you mindfully saying yes or no? So I shared in week one about how when I first started my business, my focus was totally on work, 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 and there was no fun. And how I realized that there was no fun, there was no recreation, there was no laughter. It was just all serious. And it didn't make my work flow. But once I included the fun, once I included the laughter, once I integrated my other pieces of my wheel of life into fun, it was amazing how much things flowed as a result. Also, in week two, I said to you that my daughter said, "Hey, Mom, would you like to come to Spain?" And I went, "Oh," because yes, I absolutely wanted to go to Spain, but could I go to Spain? Should I go to Spain? Okay, and I had to go and sit with myself and work out all the coulds, the shoulds, the mights, the how was it going to work? What was I going to do with my customers? Was I going to move them? And my version is to integrate, to include. So I included my clients in Spain. I included in how many days left to. And of course, now that I've come back, clients have all said, how was it? What happened? All those kind of things. So it's not like anybody didn't want me to go to Spain. Um, we we are very quick to say, oh no, I need to stay here because everybody needs me. And so it was a case of no, go. There's an opportunity. Yay, go with your daughter. This is amazing. So something else I wanted to touch on is that it wasn't just right, let's go to Spain. Jess and I are very control people. We like to be in charge. We like to know, oh, what's going on. And so I was also very aware, and I think she was too, of saying, yeah, we can't say, okay, we're going to Spain. And we fight on day one and don't speak to each other for the rest of the time. So no. So we basically contracted with each other of saying, how's it going to work? What am I doing? What am I responsible for? What is she responsible for? What is she paying for? What am I paying for? And we came to, an agreement beforehand. So for instance, I sorted, obviously my own visa. Jess doesn't need a visa. It was also a case of, okay, you go and look for Forex, she'll go and do something else. She worked out transport. And it was just an agreement. Also, for me, I had to also tell myself repeatedly that I was going with Jess. And it's funny how a lot of people would say to me, oh, but you're taking your daughter to Spain. No, people, she took me to Spain. Okay, I went with her. She didn't come with me. And ironically, although she's the child, I think often I was the child. I needed the looking after. I need okay, mom, have you got on the bus, off the bus? Have you XYZ? Don't fall down. Don't step into the cycle lane. Don't. Yeah, so I think for 3 weeks, Jess was on duty of looking after the toddler. Okay, maybe not as bad as that, but it certainly was. All right, she's delivering me home now. I'm home. I'm looked after now, and she's delivered me in one piece. But yeah, so in that, it was just about saying, okay, how's it going to work? We also contracted of saying, right, we can have words with each other. We can both explode at each other. How's it going to work overseas? Are we going to go off kind of story? Um, And so this was something that we spoke about as adults. We spoke about um, as I don't know, mindfully aware people who have got EQ of saying we're not going to blow a gasket. It's funny little things. And I'm not saying that there weren't any arguments or disagreements for the whole 3 weeks of Spain, but we managed them. We addressed them when they happened, and we didn't stalk off, and we didn't do any of that kind of story. So it's important then of seeing, okay, when you commit to something, yes, we're going to do it. It's not that you need to organize it within an inch of its life or, okay, here's the plan, here's the plan, here's the next plan. It was more discussion and conversation between the two of us as two adults who have got high EQ of working out how we're going to disagree. What responsibilities do we have? And so, for instance, my responsibility was to feed us. My responsibility was to do dishes. And so, for all 3 weeks, Jess never ever concerned herself about, oh, what am I getting to eat? Or did you do the dishes? Or maybe she do the dishes. And to be fair, also, for the 3 weeks, I didn't concern myself about which bus am I stepping on, which train am I catching, how do I know if it's platform 2 or platform 7? Do I know if it's bus stop 36 or 103? I just followed. I just did what Jess told me. So, yes. So, the take home message then for today is saying, say yes, jump in, but it's not about an irresponsible yes. It's about saying, okay, how will it work now? What arrangements do we need to do? How do we need to contract with each other to make this the best that it can be? So remember that you're loved, you matter, and you're not alone. And I'm Colleen Quist.